the name of the immortal plane that she experienced, she went, is Sukhavati. You can find Sukhavati, it's here. So you can find this plane in Mahayana Buddhism books. The Lord Buddha has mentioned some of the names of those immortal planes. Those are immortal planes. And the Lord Buddha has mentioned that the Amitabha Buddha, there is a Buddha called Amitabha. He exists there in Sukhavati, in the immortal plane called Sukhavati. Amitabha Buddha is the next Buddha. That is his level. That is where his wisdom level exists in an immortal plane. So she has seen Amitabha Buddha also there in that immortal plane. Now when we explain this content, nobody would believe, but it has become a true experience. Before she started to learn this content, she had experienced an immortal plane. She had gone to that through her meditation while she was meditating, while she was going to higher divine planes, Brahma planes, and like that. So these planes exist, truly existing. You also, everyone can go to these immortal planes and can experience eternal existence. Why is to suffer living on earth with big egoism, sadness, problems, never ending with death? So everywhere, always you have problems on earth. So try to liberate, set up a determination to liberate from this suffering life. You have plans to experience the eternity. Now there's a proof. Then after she contacted us, she learned the force cube. That's the other story. We explained that you need to go to the universe's origin, because now she has experienced non-space worlds. The worlds exist in a vacuum. So it was easy for me to explain her the universe's origin, which is also existing in a vacuum, and the force cube is also in a vacuum. Then I explained the creation steps and all. She followed. She goes to her meditation level, and she has abhijna power. Abhijna power, a higher level of wisdom, high level of meditation. You can see things in that meditation level. Then she, when I taught this content, that is her tool. Now, for an example, when we teach something to a year 10 student, then from the things that he has learned, he tries to understand it. So similarly, her tool is abhijna power. So with that abhijna power, she puts this into it, and then she tries to understand it. Then in 1 week time, she did the time traveling, because what she has understood, she didn't think that she wanted to do time traveling. She has just explored what I explained. So when she has been thinking about my lessons, how I explain the force cube, the creation of it. Then one day she was sitting in her living room. She had seen that uh, this time, the time axis of the force cube, it has come to this origin. Here is the unique origin. I have explained these lessons previously. If this is what has come to her mind, if time comes to this point, that means no time, then the mass doesn't exist. So this will not exist anymore. That also has to come to this point. This is what has come to her mind. Then she had seen there has to be only the light. That is, and the light, it was a big light spot, it seems, according to her explanation. She saw a big light spot, it's like torch light. And that was bouncing and showing her that it is the purest light in the universe. Because if time shrinks, mass shrinks, there will not be any force cube. And it goes to universe's origin. That is what the light she has seen. The light spot. And then she had got some message. She said that she was, this is what has come to her mind in that moment, that she could purify the entire evil space with this light. That's the wisdom light. Entire evil space. That is what the Buddhas do. That is what her experience when she becomes a Bodhisattva. That is her experience. That is how she did time traveling. That's the most powerful light in the universe, purest light in the universe. The Buddhas, you know that there are many Mahayana Buddhism books. In those, some of those are translated to English also. The Buddha has cleaned the world by spreading light. That's the wisdom light, not the light taken from the sun, because there's no sun, no moon here. So which light? It's the wisdom light, purest light. So these things are possible to experience, and you have the opportunity. Open up your mind. Exactly true content. Only through wisdom you can experience this. And the other thing is, I want to explain here. Now, when it comes to physics, when working out, when you explore about space-time curve, about time, scientists use a lot of equations. The physicists use a lot of complicated equations, mathematical concepts. And we, in some equations, some mathematical formulae, we sometimes we work out if time goes to 0, and we do some time tends to 0, and then we simplify the formula and we derive another formula, like that we do, right? That's mathematically. This is the reality. If it happens really, you will go to the universe's origin. You will do time traveling. You will experience the immense wisdom, the purest state of the universe. You will experience the immense wisdom, power. You experience the force cube. That's the time traveling. So this is just a mathematics. It's an artificial thing. But if it happens really, you can bring it to reality. by awakening the wisdom only, right? So this can happen here. She has never thought about bringing the time to zero. While she was working, while her mind was working on the force cube creation, uh, when her brain awakened, wisdom awakened, then it had shown her this, right? So I think it's enough for the introduction. With my experience, another person's experience, my spiritual teacher's experience. So with those, so our ultimate target is for you all, for everyone, for the whole world, also to experience the eternity, liberate from the suffering life. So from here onwards, you can learn this content and try to practice. And about the universe, now you can't find any references for this content. This arrangement of the universe, you can't find references. But in Mahayana Buddhism, there's a book called Hawaiian Buddhism. It's written by Francis. The author is Francis H. Cook. In that, they have explained how every creation is connected to everything in a model, by introducing a model called jewel net. Every creation of the universe is linked to every creation. Sort of, they introduce some idea to prove that jewel net. It's actually, when they say about the jewel net, you quickly think about a physical world. But when you look at this physical world, you won't see everything is interconnected. One plant is, one tree is here, another tree is there, one vehicle is here, another house is there, one person is here, another person is there. You always see gaps in between every object in this physical world, in the Sciences-3 world. They are because of the karmic mechanism. And so, because if you stick to this model, up to some extent it is correct, but they can't explain how they can't explain it clearly. And not this content is, you have to use it to awaken your wisdom, to liberate from suffering. But through our teachings of origin of universe and universal sciences, we can explain how everything is interconnected. The universal interconnected wisdom, we can explain it with no contradiction, no mathematical constraints. Anybody who is interested can come to this. This is open to learn, explore, question, study, try to practice. And not only that, I have to mention her experience, what she had seen further. Now we know about one sun. We only know about one sun. We can see only one sun. While this awakening was going on, she had seen 4 or 5 planets right above her. That is the Sciences-3 world, suns. Now when we explain Sciences-3 world, I need to explain this separately. I mentioned that Sciences-3 worlds, there are 1 into 10 to the power 9 suns, including our sun. So one right on the other. But the distance between every sun is infinite. From one sun to another sun you can't see. You can't go physically because that much larger distance. And in her awakening, she had seen those suns, 4 suns, a line, it's in one line. So there's a line. All these 10 to the power 9 suns are in line right above our sun. And that's the line that a bodhisattva goes into to liberate from the Sahasri world. After being a bodhisattva, he practices the universal sciences to become the Buddha. So in those practices, he spends infinite lives or boundless time. Then along which line he goes? He goes along the line of 10 to the power 9 suns. One by one he goes up and he liberates from Sahasri world. Or he acquires the whole wisdom of the creation of Sahasri world. So he can create the Sahasri world. So he has the power of the Sahasri world consisted of this much suns. He acquires the power of all worlds in the Sahasri world. There are infinite number of galaxies in between two suns. Along one line, one sun, between two suns, there are uncountable number of galaxies, and by the other sides also there are uncountable number of galaxies, uncountable number of worlds. So he acquires the whole power of it. And these 10 to the power 9 suns has the control of our karmic mechanism. Karmic mechanism means now I am born as a female, I was born as a female, and another person is born as a male, and some people are rich, some are poor, some are intellectual, some are sometimes not that not having that much high intellectual level, some are wise, some are stupid, some are animals, right? So who decides that creation? This is how you should live in your next life. This is what you should do in your next life. This is what you should do tomorrow. This is what you should do in the next few minutes. Who decides? Those suns. That's the karmic mechanism. It is connected to 10 to the power 9 suns. It's not an easy thing. By just looking at our sun, our moon, we can't figure out those. That is what the Buddha acquires. The Buddha acquires the karmic mechanism. So such a great wisdom.